And in February, we found out towards the end of February that we're pregnant. And I think it was early March when we found out it's twins. I mean, it was boom, 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 boom. Meanwhile, in grad school, I completely went there not to become a therapist, but to do my own healing. And boy, did I. It was like an intense breakdown of everything I knew, and looking and experiencing new perspectives and experiencing such deep and sacred being seen and received and healing and doing that with others and seeing them. It was epic program that I would highly recommend, except it doesn't exist anymore, unfortunately. That school got bought out and the professors all dispersed. But it was the most amazing experience I could have possibly asked for. But now, mind you, I'm finishing up my second trimester of grad school, and I am pregnant with twins. What the hell just happened? So I ended up leaving grad school after that first year, moving back to Southern California to where my husband's family was, and really putting all of the teachings that I had learned to work. All of the law of attraction, all of the transpersonal psychology. I went and did some classes at Agape Spiritual Center. Michael Beckwith and his people are so incredible. And I ended up having the most epic birth experience that I couldn't even imagine. Are you kidding me? It was miracle after miracle. I didn't believe it was possible if I didn't have that. I ended up giving birth to twins at home over 6 days. They were born 33 hours apart. You could read my blog post about this on my website. If you want to find it, you just Google twins born 33 hours apart, Lana Schlafer, you'll find it. And it taught me so much more than anything could. But besides this incredible victory and creating miracles and something out of nothing, all of a sudden I had twin babies with no job. My husband now had no job. We were, basically getting in debt. And it was one of the hardest periods that I entered really in my life since, since forever, really. I keep feeling like you think you've reached a limit to how hard it can get, and then something else happens and it takes you even deeper. But now I had more tools. So I had this epic home birth, and then 5 weeks later we had this major trauma. We ended up moving when the kids were 5 weeks old. I ended up getting into the hospital, first time hospitalized ever, with mastitis and an infection in my breast from nursing. I ran myself completely into the ground trying to nurse these kids, trying to be this perfect mom, until I realized I'm going to kill myself and I'm going to be of benefit to no one. And recognizing that, again, I had to put my alignment and myself first if I'm going to be able to serve anyone. So I continued to teach yoga. I did try to go back to working in project management, tried it part-time, then full-time. Then I realized, what the hell am I doing? I have got to share this, because the truth is, the more people heard about our birth story and everything that I'd been doing in grad school and yoga, my yoga classes kept growing. I started doing workshops. People wanted more of this, and I wanted to share it. I was doing it way before I got paid or I had an audience, right? I would just talk to anyone on the street, anywhere about this. And so I ended up starting my business, which was just me saying, okay, I'm going to go all in. I took a lot of money out of my 401k. I cashed out everything I had and I invested it in my business. I invested it in educating myself about how to do these types of videos and how I can have a website and what does it mean to do online blog posts and all these other things. And I ended up, my business initially was more like yoga and life coaching, and then it really evolved over time into my online courses and my mastermind programs and all of the things that I'm doing now, my challenges that over 10,000 people have done at this point. And so it's been this amazing journey of, you know what? Let me go back and say what's happened since I started my business. Let me take a look at my notes too, because I really wrote that, again, once you think you've hit the hardest spots, it's been an incredibly difficult and epically amazing journey, because as one of my friends, Alyonka, has said, being an entrepreneur makes me have to be a better human. It's been, besides my kids and my marriage, the most intense spiritual path. And I've hit every kind of block. I mean, my marriage started falling apart, and I hit these internal limits of what my beliefs were about my partnerships with my husband. And many times now we've had to go back to coaching and therapy and courses and couples work and intimacy work, individual and together. And each time I face this insurmountable impossibility, And I allow myself to believe that even if I don't see a way, I know it's possible. And I know that the key is in me. So being able to overcome that, I wanted to grow my business. It seemed like impossible that I could actually, make money at this or be able to provide a huge impact and value in some way. But it's been one step at a time, and it's really been about identifying my own limitations and superseding them. And some days I really feel like, oh my God, I want to pinch myself. I can't believe that I get paid to do this, that I wake up and my work from morning to night is supporting people in their journey and really doing my own work primarily, right? And I feel like having the third baby, going to all of the Abraham-Hicks cruises and trainings and Bashar, and continuing to invest in coaches and healers and in my own growth, and at the same time then getting pregnant, having a third baby, and really putting my business on hold in many ways and experiencing what it's like to lean back and again prioritize my own personal journey. It's been an incredible ride. And again, I'm going to tear up because what's made it incredible are the people that I have attracted into my life. You watching this. I don't take you for granted. You don't have to be doing this. If you got to the long of this long video, I am so grateful that you've allowed this connection. This matters to me. The dialogues that I'm having on my Instagram page, and my Facebook page, and on YouTube is so incredibly more than what I could have imagined. My Master Your Life Academy, the deep work and transformation and the miracles and the manifestations that people are having there, I almost can't believe that I am a part of it, much less that this was catalyzed in many ways by me. But what I'm saying is that it's become a movement. It was a mission, and it's become a movement. And that I could have never imagined. The turning pain to gain and manifesting miracles and life mastery movement that I am not the leader of. I am a leader among leaders, and I'm a teacher among teachers, and I'm a master among masters. And so, I am more passionate than ever about getting this out there. I recognize that I'm not for everyone, but for those that I exist for, I want to serve, and I want to primarily, it's got to be a win-win. It has to serve me. It has to serve my family. It has to enrich my life. It has to be something that as I fill up, I give from the overflow. And that's been something that I've been very passionate about sharing. So now you've had a chance to get to know me a little bit more. There's so many more things I want to share. I did mention that I speak Russian and Esperanto. I speak some Spanish. Si hablo español poquito. There's so many more elements and layers and depths to each of us as people. And I feel like one of the most fascinating and wonderful things that I've gotten to experience with people from all walks of life, from all races, from all cultures, from as many as I can get to know, is that we all have our unique voices and they need to be heard. And I'm so grateful that I dared to share mine. As awkward sometimes as it's been, sometimes I've put my foot in my mouth. I've made huge mistakes. I've had epic failures, but I keep moving forward because the truth is, this is bigger than me. And I'm encouraging you that if this resonates with you in any way, to share your own journey, to sing your song, to let whatever your mission whatever moves you, let it move you forward. Because I promise you, one step at a time, 1 degree shift every day creates these epic, huge 180-degree shifts that you could have never imagined. And what I am grateful for is the humble beginnings, the growing up in one room, no bathroom, no kitchen, one room with my parents. I do not take anything for granted. And if I ever do, I hope somebody would slap me upside the head, because I feel like this is what allows me to be me. These are my roots. This is where I come from. It's what informs me. And I'm so grateful for the perspective that I have and for the continued broadening of the perspective that I invite into my life. So thank you so much for being a part of my life. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And I hope that you will share a little bit about you in the comment below. Tell me a a couple of things that you think make you unique and different, and what identifies you as who you are. What are your passions? What are your interests? What is your story? I want to get to know you. I will be reading the comments and commenting as much as I possibly humanly can, because I appreciate this interaction so much. And stay tuned for other videos. Subscribe, of course, as always. No more talking about me and my journey in future videos. It's going to be all about principles that I feel like you can directly apply to your life. And see you next time on Lana TV.